He's an American rapper and media personality. His fame dates back to 1992 with a feature on Dr. Dre's debut solo single, Deep Cover, and Dr. Dre's debut solo album, The Chronic. With tens of millions of record sales, successful acting career in many movies, and booming cannabis business. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now get ready to get inspired. Here are 11 motivational speeches from Snoop Dogg. Number 1. Be different.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, it's gonna be some stars that's gonna come out of here because they already rocking and rolling. And this is inspiration. Because right now they're limited if they don't know how to use their mind. Because there's a couple of tracks that I heard, the motherfucker wasn't on no limited. He went and found some different drum sounds. He went and did this, and the other dude put a whole song on there with a hook and verses, but it didn't sound like nothing else. And then what I was trying to explain to them was everybody drums sound the same in there because they're using the same thing. And you don't want to get into that. You want to be different. Make something that's original that nobody's ever heard before that everybody's going to rap on. Like 80 people that rapped on Kiki and all these other songs because it's a hit record, but guess who's getting all the money? Drake.
Number 2. You got to push forward.
Being 1 foot out, and they don't know the difference between when that opportunity knocks and you can become something successful in life. You got to push forward. Like even with myself, I had to make a decision when I was a drug dealing gangbanger. Am I gonna become a rapper and leave this behind when I'm getting this money and this ghetto superstardom? Or do I really want to become a real star and let that go and push it to the limit and say, I'm not finna eat, I'm not finna get no money, I'm not finna do nothing but put my faith in this. And I did, and 20-something years later, I can say, all right, this was a great decision. And that's why when I'm speaking to the youth, I give it to them from personal experience as far as I know what you're going through. All of y'all, whether you having problems at home with your parents, whether you having school problems, gang issues, woman problems, whatever it is, it's like I'm a counselor. I'm like a hood psychiatrist where I really work with you and I help you get through your problems through my experience, through my testimony, through the tests that I went through. Hopefully you won't have to go through that. That's why.
Number 3. Find peace within yourself.
My message was just to find peace within yourself. Because once you find peace within yourself, the energy that you get usually is reflected, and people get their energy off of you. So, and that's what I've been able to find from being, on the negative energy side as a young artist to a grown man that projects positive and peaceful music, but it still has the energy of a young spirit. So it's all within the same realm, but it's just finding yourself and being able to be within yourself and have peace, so that way you can project peace.
Number 4. Figure out who you are.
What we doing and want to be a part of it, and feel like you can't be. The best advice I can give you is go make some noise. These MCs right here was doing their thing before I got with them. That's what made it easy for me to get down with them. I didn't have to teach them how to be who they are. You got to find out who you are and be the best at that. And once you master at who you are, being great at that, eventually somebody like myself will come across you and be able to give you that opportunity. Or you just may make it on your own. Some stars are born. You don't need people like me to make you when you're a born star. So I just want to inspire those out there that watching what we're doing, seeing what we're doing, just look at the positivity of what we're doing. We bringing neighborhoods together. We bringing gangs together that really don't speak too much, but we making them speak through the music. We bringing love, we pushing peace, and we pushing positivity. So if you about that, continue to support us and let these artists shine. Get an individual story on all of them. Talk about who they are, where they come from, why they start rapping, why they believe in me, why they believe in themselves. Let's follow them. Let's get into them and see why it's interesting for me to get behind them and for them to get the spotlight. So it's about the.
Number 5. Invest in your business.
Your music, you invested in your business.
Yeah.
That's my business of making music, and so I gotta get some equipment, studio, so whenever I want to get out, I can get out. Because if they start loving this shit, they gonna want to hear
more and more. And
I can't be waiting, man. What y'all doing? Y'all got the studio open? Man, let me get in this. Man, fuck that.
Trying to record when they want to record.
Right. Right, that's a smart investment. There was a man named Jimmy Iovine who runs Interscope Records. He told me a long time ago, when you get your first piece of money, buy you a studio. Don't buy no gold chains, don't buy no house, don't buy no cars, buy you a studio.
Yeah.
Because the studio is what's gonna always keep you around and keep you alive, invest in you.
Yeah.
So you off to the...
Number 6. Success needs a follow-up.
What are some of your pros and cons of the music industry today?
Overnight success, I don't like that. You had to have more know-how and stability. That's why they don't last long. My era, it was hard to be a star. It was hard to get on TV. My first time on TV, my whole family was watching in every state. Now, you can grab your phone, do something stupid, and then you hot. You hot. But then what's gonna be your follow-up though? Mm-hmm. You just gonna keep doing stupid shit? You get what I'm saying? So it's like my era was, hold on, there's no phone. There's word of mouth from your work ethic, from your performances, from your resume, from your highlights that spreads, and then you go to this town, then it spreads, and it spreads, and it spreads to where it's a wildfire from what you've done physically to touch bases with the fans. Not, hey man, 1 million people following me. Hey, 1 million of y'all, I love y'all. No, go touch 1 million fucking hands. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, stars, you couldn't touch a star. Mm-hmm. This is...
Number 7. Put out good energy.
My mother raised me to love people and to be respectable and to put out the energy that you get back. And I've always had a connection to the youth. I've always stayed in tune with them. I never tried to step on their toes or bash them. I've always been like a uncle, so to speak. That's why they call me Uncle Snoop, because I've been a shoulder to cry on, an ear to hear, someone to step in when they have misunderstandings. I've been that bigger brother that the hip-hop industry never had, and I take it on, you know. I'm not saying that the hip-hop industry never had. I just feel like I'm doing something that I would have never been doing 25 years ago. Like, I was in the middle of beef, now I'm in the middle of peace.
Number 8. Don't get pulled into negative energy.
I mean, the hate is thick, you know, especially if you're doing what's right, but it's just the way you deal with it. You know, especially on the internet, you know, you can get pulled into a whole lot of negative energy. I've done things where I put pictures up and read comments, and then I'll say something back, and I end up arguing with somebody on the internet that I don't even know. And I'm like, you didn't pull me all the way out of my skin. So it's like, it's just a point of knowing, you know, your limitations as far as where you'll go, and let people take you out of your frame of who you are. Like, I'll never allow nobody to take me out of the mind state that I'm supposed to be in, you know what I'm saying? To never let them see me sweat, to never let them see me, you know, deal with adversity as if I can't deal with it. So, and a lot of times social media is built up to just keep mess going back and forth. So the publicity side of it is what I like, that I can take the bad energy and make publicity out of it and make it become something.
Okay. Number 9. Live what you write.
The pen is mightier than the sword. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of rappers write their death in my era. So my pen became more, I'm gonna live my life. Let me have fun. Let me live a little bit. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. And then my life became that as well. You have to learn how to live what you write. Because we wrote so much reality that we began to write what was gonna happen. We wrote the future. Like, our pen was that good. Like, you could write happiness too. Just don't be afraid. And I took the chance on writing about happiness and love and beautiful and, you know, great things in life, and connecting with people who had different spirits, who wanted to live, and not niggas that just wanted to die.
Number 10. Fail and bounce back.
To prove it is just continue to make hit records and to have a prosperous career where you have to be able to go down and come back up. It's not about the success, it's about being able to fail and then bounce back. That's how you tell if you're gonna be real successful or not. Every success story that I've seen, you know, has a little bit of failure in it, because the failure drives you to not want to fail ever again. And you gotta have a little bit of that, because they say you gotta learn how to lose in order to know how to win.
Have you given him a little pep talk or given him these words of wisdom, advice?
Would I give him wisdom?
Yeah, have you spoke to him at all or offered him any advice?
No, not really, because his career is rolling real fast right now. You know, so when you flying high, you don't really have time to stop and talk. But I feel like when our paths do cross and we do make that connection and that conversation happens, it'll be worthwhile. Cause I'm one that's known to, you know, give information and try to plant seeds and make sure that the artists, you know, grow and develop into special artists.
Number 11. The work ethic.
Had our heart and souls in it. We were passionate about that project. We wanted that project to be everything that it is, but we didn't go into it thinking that. That's the work ethic. The work ethic was, we worked at it like professionals, as, you know, professional athletes, entertainers, or actors. We worked at it like that, to where nothing could stop it from being great, no matter what people said. In our minds, it was great. When we made it, we knew it was great. So confirmation was just people buying it, loving it, and 25 years later, it's still being talked about.
Thank you for sticking around this long. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. Please comment down below which one was your favorite that you got the most value from. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. For sticking around this long, we have a bonus for you. Always remember to stay inspired and stay motivated. Bonus, I want to thank me.
We used to party at his house when he wasn't there back in the days, but he was nice enough to let us use his house. And he's just always been like a mentor to us, been like a big brother to us, trying to help us understand that we need to be more positive and more instrumental with our voices. And now that I'm looking back at it, and now we at this date, I can say that I'm thankful for Quincy for being who he was, for trying to tell us to get our lives right and to be more positive and more productive. Because now that I'm a positive, productive man, I can walk around more peaceful and more happy. And I want to thank you, Quincy, for instilling that in me, and hopefully I'll instill that into the young generation of rappers so they won't have to go through the mess that we went through and cut the mess early and just get straight to the business. Last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all times. Snoop Dogg, you a bad. Thank you, cuz. I appreciate that. And I gotta thank the man up top, G.O.D., because I'm nothing without him. Man, y'all have a beautiful day. Hollywood, thank y'all for letting me get it in and all.